Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Hope everybody's doing well. You gotta love the springtime, but one thing for me that's a cue is when spring hits, it's time to plant plot screen. If you guys watch my videos very often, you know that I love planting plot screens around food plots. And this year I'm gonna try something. I tried it a couple years ago, and when I planted the seed, the plot screen seed, we had a major flood afterwards, and it did not do well. But this year, my buddy Chris has the no-till drill. So I want to try to segment this plot behind me. And what I want to do is put 3 different strips through the food plot, cutting it up into sections. Because what happens a lot is deer will come in, especially does, and you'll have the main doe, matriarch, and she'll run all the other deer off. And it happens a lot. So what I'm trying to do is see if I can segment that plot to where I get a large number of deer out there. Not to mention the bucks. You know, I want them to have to go into each section to check for does. So, you know, spending more time on my place. So that's the goal. That's what I'm going to try to do. First things first is we're going to jump on the tractor and get this brush hog down. It is wet. I did get a big rain last night, but time is of the essence. 1st of May is when I always love to do plant the plot screen. So we're going to get this cut up. Well, unfortunately, guys, I'm only able to do the top side. I can't even get down to the bottom side. It's all too wet. So going to take a few more days to dry it out. But the plot screen has worked great for me on my plots over the years. Tons and tons of daylight activity. And I really associate that with a plot screen giving them some security. So we're going to try to take it to the next step and actually segment this food plot up to see if we can actually hold more deer. I mean, you know, at times we had 12 to 15 deer in here, but it was always a fight between the does and even the bucks. If they stepped out and it could see the whole thing, you know, they would run at whatever, the does or another buck in there. So I'm trying to segment that up to see if we can actually hold more deer for longer. So that's the goal. Like I said, we're going to have to wait a couple days, get it brush hogged, and then I will show you the layout I'm planning to use. This is all switch right here. This is actually year 5 switch, I think, is what I've got on this one. But it goes around this whole bottom side of the food plot. Has worked great for, you know, securing this plot in. The deer have to come to the plot to see into it. And I'm hoping that this segmentation even adds another step to that, where come in, they can only see one section and they'll have to move to see the next section or the next section. You know, bucks checking it for does, or doe groups coming in, they can each kind of fall into a section without fighting each other and running them off. So, you know, it's something I want to try. We'll see if it works. But yeah, switch is the way to go. It's kind of slow in the beginning. It takes a few years to really get established, but you don't know if you can tell or not, but this has really done well. It is primarily all switch. There's really nothing else that can survive in it once the switch gets established. So I recommend planting switchgrass if you can, and it's one of those things. I think it's the best planted in the winter in a frost seeding style. That's what I've had the best luck with. However, Chris did do some spring planting, and a matter of fact, I think we're going to try to drill in some here just in a few days. It's a little bit late, but see if we can get it to go. So switch, yes. Plot screen, yes. Food plot, yes. Anything that'll help get the deer here. But I like to come in the winter time right before spring and mow it all down. You don't have to do that, but if you'll notice, it's coming in really great. It's really thickening up back here. And you can see the stand behind, and we're at the edge of the food plot. So from here all the way up to that stand is cover, which is really cool and makes the deer comfortable to make those daylight appearances. And the plot screen that we're going to add just adds more cover in here to, you know, to what is a fairly open area. And the combination of the switchgrass and the successful plot screen works great. So that's why we're going to do this plot screen today. right guys, so I'm finally back out here on the plot. I got it brush hogged and it was too wet, just like I figured it would be. But we're kind of against the clock here, and I'm doing it different this year in that we're using Chris's drill, the no-till drill, to drill it in. So doesn't necessarily have, I don't have to till it or anything like that. We're gonna do some drilling. So what I did is I came in here, and this is the outside perimeter. This is the only spot I don't have switchgrass planted, and I've always run a plot screen right here. Matter of fact, all the way up to the stand, I've run a plot screen. I always plant plot screen in right here, and we get it on this just to give it some height so that the plot out here has plenty of security away from the big open field. What I've done is I've mowed this, so I'm going to plant this in plot screen like I normally do. And then over here, you can see this is going to be a strip of plot screen right here, and I'm not using it for screening as much as I'm using it as segmentation. So you'll notice I've got about a 10-foot white swath here. They asked for it to be a little bit wider than that, but just for segmentation. So that means that this portion of the plot will be separate from this portion of the plot right here, all the way over. And then I'm actually going to add another line. So if you can see, guys, it goes from right here, which right here is what I call my pea patch. I always plant peas or something right here in this little spot. The bigger plot's behind it, but I'm also going to have this segmented completely all the way across off, and that means I'll have this section, I'll have a center section, and then I'll have the outside section. That'll be plot screen on the outside, plot screen, and that'll give me 3-piece segmentation. We're going to try it. I tried it a couple years ago when I went in and tilled, and it just flooded out. And it was, it's typical for us to get monsoonal rains this time of year. I think we've had 10 inches of rain in the last 3 weeks. So we're really wet, but we don't complain about rain around here ever. So that's the plan. I'm going to take the drone up and fly and actually show you guys the layout from above. So check this out. All right, so if you'll look to the very left of the screen, that is the outside perimeter of the food plot itself. And I will have that lower section right there in plot screen. And if you'll notice, there's one step in, and that's going to be plot screened all the way across. And then another step in, plot screened all the way across. So what I'm hoping to do is actually hold more deer during hunting time on the plot to encourage those other bucks to come out. So that's the goal. Something I've wanted to try for a while. And we also are doing it on Chris's place. Chris has come up with a design that he thinks is going to work. So let's go take a look at that. So guys, if you'll notice, this is Chris's 2-acre food plot. And you can really see where his segmentations are because he's doing the buffalo system on this plot. And he has a huge cover crop in there right now, and it looks really cool. But if you'll notice, right here is his stand. This is his primary hunting position. This is a north wind setup with really good access, something we talk about all the time. And you'll see his 2 different segmentations. You got one on the left here and then one on the right here. So same kind of design that I had, similar. And it's kind of funny because we really didn't talk about it. We both just come up with our own plans as how we wanted to segment it. And we both ended up with the same looking stuff. So, all right, guys. So we got, what did we put in the hopper? We got
8 pounds.
8 pounds in the hopper.
Yeah.
He just set it up to 6 pounds per acre.
Yeah.
So we're going to go out there and make a pass and just see what kind of seed drop we have, because with plot screen, for me in the past, you got to spread the seeds out a little bit. If they're on top of each other, they're going to compete and never get tall, and we want height. Yeah. So I think that's the next step.
I think so. Yep.
Let's give it a shot.
Try and see.
All right, guys, we got it set. seed rate's about 4.
Yeah.
Okay, we're about 4 pounds per acre, so we cut it back. We've dropped in quite a few seeds. Plot screen needs to be spaced out a little bit so that they don't compete with each other. And then we can finally get the depth cutting about right. Looks like most of the seeds are in the ground. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Do it. I realize, guys, not everybody's going to have a no-till drill, and if you watch our videos, you can check it out. We got a video on there showing you step by step how to actually broadcast it in. Works pretty good that way too. That's what I've always done. But when you get a new toy like Chris has got, we want to give this a shot. So we pretty much got his place wrapped up. We're going to move to mine. Let's go. Hey, good morning, guys. Up early this morning trying to get this thing finished up. We got a rain coming, so run the first divider in the plot here, and no seed on top of the ground, so we know we're in good. It doesn't look too deep, so hopefully this is going to work out. First time with the drill. I've always broadcast seeded, so I'm going to move on to the next section here. Right behind me, we're going to do another run there, and then we're going to do a perimeter run of this plot. So let's go. All right, guys, we got it all finished up. That is a wrap. We got mine and Chris's places both taken care of. Hopefully that plot screen comes in good. First time with the drill, we'll see. Had great success with the drill in the fall. Good luck to all you guys out there. Get out there and plant something. Try to improve your property. It's so much fun. Guys, as always, I want to thank you for watching. And as always, God bless. Hey guys, if land management videos is your kind of video, check out these two. Thanks for watching.